something.
Da, 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 da. And we're live.
Start us off.
Oh, hello. Welcome, everyone. Welcome in to our very first episode of the DW Blazing Banter podcast. We're really excited. This is something that has been in the works for quite a long time now. We're finally getting off the ground. We're really excited. So basically, this is just going to be a way that we can talk about Dollywood, things we love about it, rumors, discussions, news, updates, basically all the things that we normally do. We're just going to put it all into a podcast. So if you can't make it for any of our videos, or we have other random topics, it'll all be in that one. We are working on creating a whole separate YouTube channel for that. So please be on the lookout for that. I will post it on all of my things once we get that officially going. I'm hoping to have everything set up and get that all set up within the next couple of days. So yeah. But other than that, I don't know what else to say. What about you guys? Oh, let's introduce ourselves. That's a great thing to do. I'll let y'all go first.
I'm Bubba. Some people might know me as Dollywood Outsider on Instagram. Been going to Dollywood literally my whole life. So, that's the short of it.
I'm Lewis, Pigments in Time on Instagram. I have not been going to Dollywood as long as I've been alive. I actually am impressed you're that young, that you could have been going your entire life. But yeah, I actually moved here in '84 into the Tennessee area, and doggone it, I didn't even realize Dollywood existed until about 2003, 2004, 2005, something like that. We finally went to it. But yeah, so that's my story. And I do have one question. Oh, wait, you haven't introduced yourself.
No, you go with your question. Nope, you go.
DW, this isn't Disney World. I really thought we were going to talk about.
I felt like Dollywood would be like, why are you using our name? You're not associated. Just so you all know, we're not associated with Dollywood. But I felt like the way it sounded originally, I was like, ooh, Dollywood may say something. So no, DW.
How about if we go D-Wood?
We may do. You know what? Dollywood is. I don't know. But yeah, that's where the DW came from. But I did think about the Disney World thing, so I was like, ooh, that could get confusing.
No, I definitely agree. I just had studied up on Disney World stuff, and I didn't realize.
I thought about it, but I'm like, you know what? It works. It sounds great. But welcome everyone in. My name is Mary. I'm Theme Park Vision. I have been going to Dollywood since 2020. That was the first time I've actually ever been to Dollywood. I grew up in Florida, so I grew up with a lot of like Disney and stuff. But I absolutely fell in love with Dollywood the first time that I stepped foot in the park. So yeah, that's kind of my story. And yeah, I just enjoy going, love talking about it. I love seeing how far Dollywood's come, even since 2020 when I started going. It's like completely changed. So I can't even imagine it for both of you all who have been going for years, the difference that you're seeing. So
and we're still kind of ironing out the details on a lot of this stuff, but in general we're going to try to do shorter stuff, maybe 30-ish minutes long, and then try to maybe have one topic per episode that we can dive deeper into. I think that's kind of the general plan.
And of course, let us know if there's anything specifically that you all want to see us do too. Like if there's any special topics or anything that you just would like to see us talk about, let us know.
I think if we do it roughly every other week, we've got like a year's worth of topics.
We're set.
Yeah. So I think that's probably getting into the topics. We're going to sort of play the hits tonight. And that is Blazing Fury opening up will be the first topic, and the second topic being the Hidden Hollow The Blazing Fury opening up. I don't know if Lewis has wrote it yet, but what
I
did
have.
you have? Okay, what did y'all think about that big? About the changes.
Did they change it? I mean, and I think that's probably a compliment in my mind, because it felt just like it did.
Yeah.
But there were a few things added, and you could tell that if you've written it before. But
I agree.
Not things that just like were like, this is a new character, or they've got new animatronics. They did not. They still look freaky, so get out.
I was expecting. I'm not gonna lie. Part of me was like, "Ooh, it really could have used new animatronics," but I feel like that's what makes kind of some of Blazing Fury. Blazing Fury is, I hate to say, like the corniness and the cheesiness of the animatronics, but I feel like
Yes.
that's some of what makes it. And so, as I said that, I was like, "Well, it wouldn't be the same if they got new ones." But I think for me, the audio stands out the most. I can actually hear what's happening, and I can actually hear the song. So
the song wasn't there before, right? Or was it?
No,
I didn't think it was.
I didn't think
never
so
heard
either.
it.
it like the thing with the song is, I'm surprised they didn't just get Daly and Vincent to re-record the one they did for Branson, because it is much better than the song Dollywood used. I mean, it's A++. It's called Fire in the Hole. They mentioned like the ball knobbers, and it's really well done. And it's better
Ball
than
knobbers? Did you say?
which is like a big thing in Branson or something like that. Or hey man, maybe it's not ball knobbers, but because
You're gonna have me over here Googling this.
Maybe.
it's called Fire in the Hole. Like you can but it's not on Spotify or anything like that. But anyway, like it's really well done, and it's a very super catchy up tempo bluegrass song.
I will say this one, the one they have, is pretty catchy. It had me singing it for a while. So
I can remember a little bit of it, but it's the kind of thing. It's kind of like it's a bit like Small World in that I just know enough of it that can loop in my head, and I don't want to get it there. Pretty much
at
most
first,
of the time.
I couldn't understand what they were even singing at first. I'm gonna admit, and Eric is the one who had to tell me what they were singing, and I was like, "What?" And now that I know the lyrics to it, it's kind of like Small World, and it's just like one of those songs that's like jammed in my head when I go on it now.
So that was the main thing I noticed. I did notice one other thing, but
I think like the water was one like big topic, because they mentioned water coming back. And I think there was some confusion over what exactly it was, and it was not what I was expecting.
Agreed.
It's not as theatrical, I guess, as I was expecting. Yeah. I don't know how to describe that. I was expecting this huge waterfall, like a huge done fancy waterfall, and it's not.
I guess the water they were talking about was off to the side there. Was that right?
The thing you go around.
Yeah.
Before you hit the train.
Okay, yeah, that's what. But I thought like back in the old days, the water would come down and squirt you at times, and that's what I thought. Like sort of toward the end.
I think the track was damaged with that originally, and that's why they took it out. I think it was causing damage to the track. So I didn't expect that to come back, because I'm like, God, they're not going to pay to refix that if the track gets damaged again.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
It doesn't give me a backache anymore at the very end. I do appreciate that.
Come on, it's free chiropractic help. You get the big cocoon.
Fail.
But yeah, I mean, overall, I think it's a good thing that it wasn't completely redone. But hopefully it's more behind the scenes updates where it's not going nowhere for a while.
Yeah. Well, I don't think they're going to get rid of it. I think it's a nostalgia thing. I don't think they're going to redo it like they did Fire in the Hole. I think it's going to stay as is. They're just going to make sure they refurbish it more. And I will say, I think with Dollywood trying to get to a year-round park, they're going to have to do better with refurbishing these attractions so they're not shutting down as often. So I think that's a good thing with this one is they did a lot of updates, and I'm hoping they stay on that so it's not shutting down.
Yeah. And it doesn't make sense to spend millions of dollars redoing something that you know is going to make a certain percentage of your fan base mad.
Yeah.
Okay, look, that's always said many times, but the people that are loud there aren't as many of those people, and if it's a bad ride and nobody's going to ride it, but the people who are like loyalists are like, I hate it. They shouldn't care. They shouldn't care. Much less will they care.
Yeah.
As much as it hurts. Like, I'm still not happy that they got rid of Muppet Vision 3D. I understand why they did it from a non-emotional sort of place, but if I start my feels, I'm like, oh man, I can't believe when we go back there next time.
I was sad when those pictures released of the construction. I cried a little, I'm not going to lie.
So if they did that to Blazing Fury, it would be the exact same thing.
It would be the same thing. You have a certain amount of people who are like those diehard fans. And yeah.
It would hurt really bad, but if it was replaced by something better, you know, and we could name a lot of rides like that in all the parks. In
every park. I like it though. I think it's a fun, cute attraction. I love that it's indoors. That's what Dollywood really needs. They need those indoor attractions. So I like it though. It's a cute ride.
Like one thing that I noticed was like when you're waiting in the lines and stuff, and I thought this was kind of neat. They didn't really change that. Like they still need a coat of paint on that stuff, and they didn't paint it. So I thought that was kind of neat. I took some pictures of that. But one thing they changed, which made me mad, and I don't understand, is they took down the little fire plaques.
You know, I didn't realize that originally until it was mentioned to me. It didn't even click. I like it though. I will say this. It helps explain the storyline. And there's some new art pieces and stuff in the queue too. It helps explain what the actual storyline is. I feel like previously you knew it was about fire and like firefighters and stuff, but you didn't know like the true storyline. So I think it kind of just brings the storyline a little bit more together.
The one I was talking about was specifically as you exit, like above where you place your belongings.
Yes, those ones. Because they have the banner now.
Because it just says like brigade staff or something.
I don't know.
It's just a big giant banner that says like
volunteers needed.
and like they had the 4 individual plaques that they took down. I got a picture of it on my Instagram from last week.
I remember they were up there. I'm sure there's a reason they were taken down, though. That's a very specific thing for them to remove.
Because they've actually, like about a year or two ago, like they touched them up with paint and put new paint on them. But
I don't know.
Maybe
they're archiving them somewhere.
Maybe they broke when they took them down to clean the
I
wall.
would love to buy one if anybody
Maybe
knows
someone broke it.
Like, oops. Don't worry about it. No one will notice.
Just put a huge banner behind it. No one will know.
And if you're watching on video form, they actually have Blazing Fury merch that I've been complaining about for years.
Why is mine backwards and yours isn't?
Well, because neither of yours is backwards.
Oh, okay.
It's just your view is backwards.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I'm like,
So,
and it makes it bad if you're starting to point at people if you're backwards too. Really hard.
Like that video where they sang "We Are the Champions" and you had Usher looking everywhere except where he was supposed to be looking.
Yes, completely.
But yeah, I think overall they didn't change it a lot, and I'm actually good with that. I didn't want them to change it, so overall, I think it's a win.
I noticed 2 things.
Yes.
I noticed there's a graveyard in there, and I never saw that graveyard before. I mean, I knew it was there because Thrills in the Hills, we did a walkthrough one time, and I saw it, and I was like, man, there's a graveyard there. but they've added purple lights. They've added lights so you can see it.
The lighting is good. I didn't even notice the casket until you saying that reminded me. This when we went Saturday, I was like, "Oh, there's a whole hearse and casket back there."
Yeah. So there's that, and then the darkness. They definitely filled in the holes, which was freaky to me to start with, because how is there light coming through? What was light coming through? I don't see windows. Was there? That was shocking to me that there was light.
Yeah, and you could see it. I think my only thing I would like to see them improve and enhance on, I can't remember specifically. I think it's before you get to where the waterfall is, but there is just a hot minute where you're just going through complete darkness. Like there's nothing. I feel like they could put like flame projections or something on the walls, just something, because it kind of just killed the story a little bit when you go through there, because you're like, what am I looking at? So I feel like they could maybe add some projections in there. But
I'll tell you what I would really like to see, though. I'd like to ride it in the dark again, with the closed upness. So I did it in the dark twice now, and one time.
Did you freeze?
Okay.
That was such a cliffhanger. There you go.
Dramatic pause.
And one time, and then it froze.
This is why I don't want to be the editing person for the podcast. I do that to myself enough. But so we got to ride it in the dark one year, and that was excellent. It's the kind of thing they should do at Halloween every year, even if they won't call it Halloween. It is excellent because it is so dark, and I don't know that track like I know some other tracks. Like I know Expedition Everest and Tennessee Tornado. Close my eyes, I know exactly where we're at and whatever, but I've never ridden that one that much, and the jerkiness and the things that happens in there, like when you're going down and stuff.
Was the audio still on?
No.
Oh.
Not at all.
That would be fun look, we'll have to do a whole episode on Halloween, because I've got things to talk about Halloween, but I will just say that's a really good idea.
No, they did it Thrills in the Hills one year.
Idea.
And it was great.
I'm excited because I'm doing Thrills in the Hills this year, so I'm excited to see if they do that same thing. I want to go on Blazing Fury in the dark.
I know I heard they didn't do much last year. I'm still holding on. If they say they're going to do some tour or something,
I think there is a tour.
100% worth it.
There's a tour.
Was there last year? So somebody told me they didn't have anything.
I have no idea. I was MIA last year.
I'm still hurting over the year that we were going to walk up Tennessee Thunderhead, and it rained and we couldn't.
Oh, I think I remember.
We got a great backyard tour. We got a great backstage tour of Mystery Mine, but that's not walking up a. And I also didn't. I still haven't seen anything about the people getting to walk up the Wild Eagle. I don't know if they did that or they canceled it or.
That's been canceled.
Was it canceled or did it sell out?
I haven't heard.
It was canceled. It's gone. It's not even on the website anymore.
It's really strange.
I feel like that was a very dangerous idea. And in theory, it sounded great until they actually put it in perspective. And they're like, all it's going to take is one person to fall off this thing.
You have harnesses and all that stuff. You have to click in. And
it's true.
I was going to train for that one. I was going to make that like a year-long thing where I was going to be on this day and I was going to train.
That sounds fun.
Dun, dun, dun.
Just crawl. It'd be really fun if you played that music going up, Eagle.
Yes.
That
would have been so good.
That really would. Do the whole once you get to the top.
Anybody got anything else with Blazing Fury before we move on to the new attraction?
Nope. Let's do it.
Do you know how long it took me to do that video I did for this attraction, by the way?
That was an impressive video. I finished it up today.
I was so over it by the end of it. I was like, my brain can't look at these photos anymore.
I think in that case, we're going to let you take the lead. We're talking about the new Hidden Hollow Aviation ride / attraction /
I'm excited.
Whatever. what are your thoughts on that from what we know so far?
There was so much in that video, and I kept finding new things, which was stressful because I kept like thinking I was done with the video, and then I would find new things. But I think what's happening is these trailers are giving us the history, which it's in the 1940s, so obviously it's the history. I do not think the attraction itself is going to be set at all in the 40s, but I think what they're doing is these trailers are going to slowly build up until when it's announced, which I did see in the chat. I don't know. The rumor was the 17th. I don't know if they've changed that or not. But I will say, I feel like they're going to release these trailers, and then like the last trailer is going to like lead up to the big announcement of what it is. I feel like it's going to be, just from my perspective, is Cora Oakley, which is the girl, the redheaded girl, Cora Oakley. She's her and Jasper. I thought that was Jasper. I don't know. They built this bioluminator so you can see these different things in the dark. And then their family members in today's time is using that bioluminator to run these tours. I don't know if it's going to be a boat ride. I did see one theory, which is the most convincing one yet, where apparently Universal patented a ride that was kind of like Peter Pan, where you hang, but then it turns into a boat ride. And they had patented that. And technically, that's an attraction that's not been done yet, which would match what Dollywood's saying, but it would take you from the sky to the lake or river or wherever we're going to end up. That's my theory. I do not think, I did read some things online. I don't think that bioluminator is a shooting thing. Originally I did, until I actually read those letters. I don't think it's anything shooting.
I feel like the shooting thing, that sounds awesome, but I can see that tearing up a lot. Guns not working. Grandma doesn't know where to aim. And
you just describe Buzz Lightyear.
So like that sounds good, but I feel like that would cause a lot of headaches and make it kind of stressful. Not stressful, but like if you shoot stuff, that becomes the ride instead of.
I think a shooting ride's coming. I just don't think it's this one.
Yeah,
agreed.
I think one's coming. I think it's coming to Country Fair, but that's another video.
So one thing that surprised me is how far in advance they're doing this. What do y'all think about like how we're 9 months, how they started advertising this thing a year in advance, like officially advertising it a year in advance?
They did the same with Big Bear Mountain.
Mm-hmm.
Did they?
Posters
trying to build
up,
hype.
little videos, little teasers.
Yeah. The marketing team's doing great with this. I think it's a great way to advertise it, to be honest. Giving us these little trailers and different hints of what, even if it's not what the actual ride vehicle is, it gives us a hint of what the storyline is, if nothing else.
I think you're right. I think the boat thing that you were talking about with Universal is probably the best guess of them all right now.
Well, there's a boat in one
video I saw. I can't remember.
There's a boat in the flyer as well.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing I don't quite understand is how it's going to be super high capacity. I mean, is it really? Because Peter Pan's not very high capacity. It's one of the lower capacity rides.
It looks bigger than what you think. So originally I was like, oh, this looks a little bit small. But then as I was on Big Bear Saturday looking at it, oh, it's huge.
Oh, no. I mean, 4 acres of ride is not small at all. But I just don't see how you get that many people in there.
They rumored what, 1,500?
What is?
Remember now. They rumored like it can hold what, 1,000 or 1,500
per hour? Yeah, something like
at
that.
a time.
Peter Pan apparently does 800. I think I read. It's just why the line's so long.
I was gonna say that matches so much. That explains the line.
Well, I mean, if this is a family experience, whatever we're calling it,
1,000,
and then that means that more people will ride it, and it creates longer lines. because most of your grandparents aren't even riding Big Bear.
No,
Yeah.
that's why I don't
They
think this
will
is a
this.
coaster in any capacity, because I think they're trying to make this one a true family coaster. Grandma, grandpa, great aunt, great grandpa, everybody can get on it. I mean, I don't know about great grandpa. Who knows?
Hey. Come on now.
Because right now, the closest, they don't really have that right now. The closest would be, I guess, Blazing Fury, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that is.
And that was one you probably didn't want to go on if you had any kind of back or neck problems for real.
I mean, now you can.
And Fire Chaser Express too. But this will be this.
Oh, that one's rough. Fun, but that one's rough on my back.
You'd call that rougher than wow.
Maybe
Blazing
they just
Fury?
had Yes.
Really? I would
Technically, right now, yes, 100%.
I still wouldn't have. I thought they're about.
So do y'all think? So what's your projection on when the media event is? I know the rumor was for September the 17th. Are y'all still thinking that's when we're getting something, or in that area?
I think it's going to be in that. I think it's going to be in that area because Dolly has her Las Vegas stuff happening soon. So they're going to have to do it sooner rather than later because she's going to have to do rehearsals for that. And I don't think they're going to have her going back and forth. She doesn't like to fly.
It'll be in the hype cycle for buying tickets for sure.
Oh,
which is October start.
Yes. So it'll be. I think it'll be September. I think that date is very convincing. Very convincing.
And that was the date the Dollywood employees were told like months ago, from what I understand.
Oh, were they?
Yeah.
Oh. Then that may be it.
So obviously that can change.
The employees leaked it, and then Dollywood's like, nope, we're changing that date. Because they probably don't want too many people showing up at that park with Dolly, too. Hi, everyone.
So when do y'all think it opens?
The attraction?
Yeah.
Oh, it's going to be later. I don't think we're looking at a summer 2026. I think we're going to be fall in 2026.
I mean, it's an inside thing. Why won't it open? Assuming they get the outside structure done and the heating and air put in, why couldn't it open when the park opens? Because if anytime the weather's bad or too cold or whatever, clearly they can't work on the outside stuff, but it's an inside thing now.
They don't even have much of the track yet, though. Like, it's still just dirt in there right now.
It's like still 7 or so months, right?
But the track is there, right?
I didn't see anything when I was riding around it.
I saw the photos. I don't know if it's all of the track is there. But I also saw where I think they're staging everything. And I did see a bunch of stuff and tracks up there. Behind Big Bear, there's a huge hill. I think they're staging everything over there so people can't see what they're doing. Which, I mean, what did they expect with the train going around? They should have threw up a fence or something.
And the train people will tell you anything they know. Because they were mentioning it long before it was out, right?
They really were.
It's interesting. I think the thing that confuses me the most about it, one, that it blocks the view of the mountains. But if you're going to put outside stuff and you're going to try to open up year round, that's a long walk from the entrance.
We were just talking about that.
It's there. And then Blazing Fury is way over there. And then we were talking about putting something in the carnival area, the country fair area.
That's what I'm very convinced there's an expansion coming, and Dollywood had already did all of those surveys about different indoor attractions, and one of them was a shooting attraction, and I feel like that would go perfectly in country fair.
I do too, but I think I don't. Wasn't there some theming in the questions about it being felt like it would be up in Wilderness Pass?
It was something about like fireflies. I think you would catch fireflies is what it was. So, but I'm pretty sure there's another expansion coming soon. Like we're either going to get an announcement this year or next year.
I agree.
But what you were saying about the distance, that's a walk. Even to Big Bear is exhausting. If you're going from the very front of the park to Big Bear, I still am wondering if they're going to end up turning the train into an electric train, and then we're going to have train stops. And aviation is going to be one of the train stops. Because that's a long walk.
Right. And
it does make Dollywood a 3-day park, though, because it takes 3 days to walk across it. But you're right, though. If they want to be all year round park, that's a long walk to put people in 30-degree weather.
And it's also on the opposite side from the show venues that you'd have to use.
Yep.
But we could probably do an entire episode on what we can do year round, our suggestions. What I feel like there's other questions I'm missing on the ride.
I didn't have any questions. I'm just here to chat it up. I will say I am really interested in if they're going to release another trailer video closer to time. I want to know what the little gecko was, or salamander, or whatever that thing was. I feel like there's a reason they made that thing so in your face there. So I wonder if it's gonna be like a special character.
Did y'all get kind of like Back to the Future vibes from that video? Or was that just me?
I did. What Back to the Future vibes were you getting?
Like they talked about like building a contraption to.
Oh, I think that was the bioluminator.
Yeah, like that part.
That thing. Plot twist. It's gonna put us back into the past. That's what the bioluminator is gonna do.
So do y'all think?
I truly think it's gonna go on the front, though. I think they're gonna have the plane. The bioluminator is gonna be somewhere on the plane, and that's how you see all the plants and the animals.
Does this tie into Big Bear Mountain roller coaster since you got the Oakley name?
Well, it's his family doing the tour. They did say that it's it's his family doing the aviation tours. It's like a company, I think.
It's a good question. Maybe they put the bear in there too, and you gotta look for the bear.
There's our animatronic bear. It's gonna be in Hidden Hollow Aviation.
Because I was always disappointed with that because they did so much pre-talk about the bear and catching the bear, and then you ride the ride and there's nothing outside of like the sound.
That was such a good opportunity for them to do like Everest, where it comes and hangs down and swings at you, or at least stay stationary with strobe lights on it. But that was a really good opportunity if they could have done that. That would have been fantastic. I thought that's what they were going to do when they originally announced Big Bear. I thought you were going to have a huge animatronic at the end.
Yeah. I agree. I also didn't expect it to be so high up in the air because of the theming. I thought they would come up with theming that would match the.
But I do think
the sound wasn't even working Saturday. We're in the just to throw that out there.
I mean, it seems like they're making good progress from the outside of the building, which I think one of y'all alluded to.
I don't think we're going to see anything else regarding the track and the actual inside of the attraction until they enclose that building. I think once that building's enclosed, then they're going to bring all the track and stuff. Because so many people are so like zoomed into what's going on in the building. I don't think they're going to add anything else. They're going to finish the outside first.
What else will we see outside the ride? Is it going to be truly the final expansion?
Mm-mm.
Or you think it's just the ride?
They have another. They mentioned 4 expansions in that area. We should be getting one more.
They really haven't even been I guess you could count Big Bear as 2. But there's really not much they did other than a drink station.
No, they've only done 2. No, I think they said 3. I don't know. My brain's dead.
I think there were 3 initially.
And this is the second one. Big Bear was Big Bear was the second one.
Well, there was 3 parts. There was the initial one, and there was 2 more parts. And I was a little, and you really just
There's one. I'm getting corrected.
Okay.
Pete Owens said it. There's one more. There's one more part then. I'm getting corrected on live. Pete Owens said there's one more part. Now, what it's going to be, I have no idea. It could be a restaurant. It could be the train station. Beats me. But I know there's one more part.
I haven't heard anything about the train being shut down, so I don't see why.
I haven't heard that.
I mean, there's
just a lot of rumors about it going from the coal to electric, which I also think is coming. But that's another video for another day.
That's another. That is another.
That is definitely to talk about for.
That's another video for another day. Too much controversy for one video. I feel like you both got
right. Yeah.
But,
yeah, I mean, I think it has added reason to ride the train this year, so I like that.
That is true.
Yeah.
That is true.
That is true.
But it will take away reason to ride the train once it's finished.
Yeah,
unless they do something up there that's
gonna do the view. Yeah.
Even Dragonflyer, because of the fences and the things, it really kind of took away from some of the excitement of riding the train just for the views. Because that's why I ride the train. I can ride the train to look at stuff, right? Get pictures of things, but the more you take away,
No,
I have a few pictures of the grist mill already.
Since we're trying to be shorter this time, does anybody have any other closing topics or questions or?
Crazy Five, what do you mean? What won't they add something back at the top? Where are you talking about?
Maybe the train. Talking about the train, maybe.
Oh, you mean where that whole field is?
I mean,
I feel like they could put something in that field.
They experimented with the Christmas lights 2 years back, which sounded good, and then you really couldn't see them.
I know.
I was gonna say, can we not talk about those lights? I was so excited for those lights. I'm like, oh, it's gonna look so pretty. It's gonna look awesome. You couldn't see a thing. Nothing. I saw little bulbs.
Yeah.
But, yeah, they used to have something there. That is a good opportunity for them to put something in that roundabout, though.
Well, and I've said this before, but like on Branson, if you watch what they do for their train ride at Christmas, their train stops, and they have a guy, an old guy sits in the rocking chair and tells the story of Christmas.
We need something
cool.
Yeah.
I like that.
So
maybe they can make a whole North Pole out there. Have Santa come out and wave.
Yeah,
I'm getting extra at this point.
This is how we get off topic. Too long. There's a lot of topics we should talk about. Not the least of which is with the holidays coming. Where are they going to put stuff? Right, that should be one of our next topics.
Yes, where are things going?
I'm on the hook here for the advertisement, but
there we go.
Where's the pumpkin going this year? Where's the tree going? What are they doing up there at the new restaurant? These questions we have no idea the answer.
Oh, now I'm going to get off topic. But now I've got more questions. No,
well, that's why we have to end the podcast.
Okay,
these
now
questions
and
more coming up next week.
But now I need the answer. Where did the pumpkin tree go last year? I wasn't there.
They didn't
Market
have
Square.
I don't.
Oh, is that where they put it? Okay, that makes sense.
Which does not make sense thematically for the park.
No, but I didn't think they would just take that thing away. Okay, that's the end of my distractions. Next topic.
So that's a good place to
cut it.
Stop for the day and
get
back up next time.
But guys, seriously though, definitely let us know what you all think about this new podcast that we're starting. Definitely make sure you're paying attention to all of our social medias. I've got it all linked in the description below of this video because we will be posting the actual YouTube channel, and that is where these live streams will be taking place moving forward. We're going to move everything over there. That being said, do y'all have anything else?
No.
Nope.
Just stay tuned for the updates about what's going on and where to find it and all that good stuff.
All right. Well,
And comment questions if you have them for the next time.
yeah. Comment all questions. That would be a good one too, where we just answer questions or start off with questions. But
yeah, that would
okay.
work.
Give us all your questions. All right. Well, I hope everyone has a fantastic week. We will see you all next time. All right. Bye, everyone.
Bye.